Virgo, this new moon in Aries is in your 8th house of, all the deep, dark stuff, right? So you could have a new beginning, with things that are very private behind closed doors. Some of you, this is going to be sexy, maybe a new sexual relationship, maybe deepening intimacy with another. It doesn't necessarily have to be sexual, right? But it can be sexual intimacy, right? For some of you, it's not going to be sexy at all. It has to do with your taxes. Go do your taxes. File your taxes, I guess. But I think there's more to it than that, honestly. I think for some of you, this might have to do with shared resources, new beginnings, in terms of who you are collaborating values with, sharing values, sharing resources, coming together so that the two of you can, or maybe, more than two of you can pool resources in a way that benefits all parties involved. All right. Let's see. Oh my. I'm telling you, there's a lot of signs getting this right now. The World card where, yeah, we've been talking a lot about new beginnings, but with the World, we're talking about an ending. We're talking about closure, completion. All right. So that you can get that expansion and growth with that number 3 there, right? 2 + 1 is 3. So in order to get the growth and expansion, you're going to have to close something out, end something, maybe who you've been sharing resources with, maybe who you've been sharing intimacy with, whether it's sexual or not. I do see a lot of burden attached to this, though, so be careful with that. Some of you juggling a lot of responsibilities, a lot of duties, a lot of obligations, okay? And I do see also you putting it behind you. I see you dropping it. Both of these cards are about endings, okay? Dropping the burden, hopefully, and this might have to do with your relationship, somebody that you have some kind of emotional connection to, and it could be a friend, it could be a lover, but there's definitely some type of emotional connection here for you, Virgo. Some of you have been burdened by some of your nearest and dearest relationships, and it's time to kind of get closure. Some of you have felt a burden to, end something or finalize something. And I think you gotta really honor your heart in this. You gotta be authentic and know that when you do that, you are encouraging other people to honor their hearts. Let's see what the advice is here for you, Virgo. Please show me advice for Virgo. Ride the wave. I'm hearing for some of you need to go with the flow, but I'm seeing 5 there. So, there's maybe some conflict because some of you might be held back by what you feel you're obligated to do, or some kind of heaviness in relationships, and it might be a challenge, but some of you are just going to have to go with the flow. And again, interestingly, I am seeing here that look at the 2 fish and the 2 dolphins. My goodness. Flow is really, really essential. Now, with the talisman card at the foundation, this is about you learning a lesson so that you can recognize any traps and familiar patterns that you really need to avoid. And again, I think there might have been some heavy lessons that you're trying to close out right now. But what have you learned from it is really the message here. You've got to be able to also recognize who is your friend, who is your foe, and also the best point forward. A lot of signs are getting this, choosing your path, choosing your direction based on what's going to get you there. And I think this has to do with relationships, partnerships, who you're sharing the most intimate of yourself with, whether it's money, whether it's intimacy, your private life in some respect, but you having the wisdom to know who to join forces with and who not to, based on you learning a lot of lessons, maybe heavy ones, and you getting closure on that moving forward.